So how set up the goal? Okay, uh, like here. Okay,
Hmm.
so this is how mainly we set up the goals. Okay, like associated reviews, category description, due date. So these are all something which is by default. Like if you talk about the other fields that we have, like enable person complete, if you want, like if you click over here, enables you to enter the percentage completion of the goal. So I want it. So we'll click over here. Default organization goal to private means if, as I mentioned, like if there is any organization goal that I want to define, okay, to anyone or everyone. So we can use that checkbox option. Allow automatic calculation of percent complete. Okay. If in case someone is completing, okay. And
Hmm.
normally yesterday when I showed you, like at that point of time, what was happening is we have to go there and we have to mark their complete or in progress, whatever the status is. Then whenever my manager will be seeing that, he'll be able to say it. Okay. But in a different scenario, okay, if there is a setup in such a way, uh, like it has multiple parts. Okay, the goal has multiple parts. Like for an example, revenue one, sales one. If I would like to give you an example, so in that scenario, what can happen is, uh, if someone has a target of around or a goal to achieve of around 100,000, okay, in a year,
Hmm.
and if he has achieved around 25,000, so it will be like he has achieved 25%. So something like that. So let's mark this
Okay.
as well as, okay. The main thing that is to be discussed here is all this point. Okay, this is something which the client will let us know if there is any additional one. Whereas what mainly we prefer is like the one that I mentioned you right now. There's something optional that we do. Okay,
Hmm.
but so and that is as per the best practice. Okay, which mainly clients prefer. So talking about the first goal setting that we do, the first one is maintain. Okay, I should have opened that in new tab. Okay, so here you can see there are different goal units. Okay, that you were seeing yesterday, and you were asking me like, what if I want to create a new one?
Mm-hmm. The
Okay,
types.
yeah. So normally from this is the place from maintain goal setup is the task from where you can go ahead and you can create it. Okay. So if you
Okay.
want to create any other goal unit, you can just put a name, like, okay. And out of the one which is already in the existing, if you want to inactivate it, if that is not supposed to be used, you can just click on the inactive checkbox. Okay. It will be inactivated. Okay.
Okay.
I will like right here client meetings. Okay. Like how many client meetings he is taking. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how, see, there is an alert. You have to make sure. Okay. It is asking me to do, to set the units in plural. Why? Because, let me write
Is
only
it some
meetings.
kind of validation?
Yeah. So because see, if you talk about goal units, okay, this is something. If you talk about call, it is not one call that is going to happen. If we are going to talk about customer, it's not about one customer. Okay,
Mm.
it will be more than one. That is the reason why it's asking us to name it in a plural. Okay.
Okay.
and that is just normal and alert. Okay, that is not mandatory. If I would have,
Mm.
for an example, let me show you. If I'm going to write any singular one as well, it will just give me an alert. Okay, nothing else. I hope there is alert means that it is just alerting us. Like it should be in this way. But if you want it to keep it as a singular one, still there is not a problem. Like for an example, the one that we created, okay, I want to keep it as meeting. It will just give me an alert, but if I submit it, it will get submitted.
Okay.
Okay. Now we'll talk about maintain goal payout bands. So if there is anything that you want to set up from the goals perspective, you have to come to the task as a maintain goal setup.
Mm.
Okay. And from here, you can maintain all this. Like for an example, if you want to set any goal payout band, okay, so you can set this up here in terms of percentage. For an example, if I want to create a goal payout band, this is mainly used in the employee review template. Okay, you can write like so this details that you can see here, target only, minimum target and maximum, all these things will be given to you by the client. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
they will let you know like which type of calculation they want, dual slope, single slope, target only. Dual slope means if that is going to happen in twice. Okay, if it's going to happen in a single time, it will be a single slope. So in that way, okay, what is the minimum payout percent, what is the target payout percent, so all this can be defined. Okay,
Okay.
and if you want to inactivate anyone, you can inactivate it.
All right.
Maintain goal payout band means if anyone is achieving any target. Okay, for an example, uh, a goal is defined and it is mentioned like if someone is completing it, they will get a percent of, there would be some amount that we define. Okay, and here that is what mainly we are configuring. Okay, maybe it's a target or minimum. Like for an example, I will give you an example of a salesperson. Okay, the target that he had was $100,000 in revenue. Okay, if he achieved that much, he will get a payout of percentage of 100. Okay, but
Mm-hmm.
if he is achieving 80 100 as well, okay, still he is going to get some amount, maybe 20%, 30%, 40%, or 50%. So this is what mainly we can maintain here. Okay, so this 50
This
that
is,
you are talking about,
yes.
let me create and let me show you then. So this both are interlinked. Can you see? Minimum, target, and maximum. This is dual slope one, and this is target one only.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm.
And one thing that you have to keep in mind, if anything is already used, okay, you cannot make changes in that. Okay.
Okay.
So you will find many scenarios in Workday. Okay. Like if there is any benefit plan, okay, if you have
Mm.
used it once, okay, and if you want to go back and change, that will not be possible. Okay,
Okay.
you
Got
can
it.
inactivate it, but you can't make any further changes.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see here this has been already used. That is the reason why there is, why no one is able to change it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
whereas this one is not, so you can make changes in this one. Now we'll go to the next one that is there. configure talent tags. See, talent tag is nothing but it allows us to link goals to different competencies that we have apart from the development items or the feedback that we'll be using related to different fields. Okay. So for an example, you can see these all are the talent tags. Okay, competency, job profile, work experience. Okay, so these are the various talent tags that you can create for like development items, feedbacks, or goals. Okay, so if there is any additional one that you want to create, okay, you can just add it over here. If you want to add any other extra talent tag, okay, you can do it from here. Okay.
Okay.
So whatever we are setting up in the goal here, okay, like last time you were mentioning like how we can add any additional one. So from here, if there is anything related to goal item, okay, you can add it from here.
Okay.
Similar way, we have maintain goal categories. Here, last time we saw like there were different goal categories that was there. Okay, like financial, personal or performance objective. Okay, so you can do one thing, Aditi. When you can create, as you have the access to them, you can create yours. Okay, use your name initial and create each and every one. Like maintain goal units, maintain goal payout bands, uh, talent tags. Okay, apart from that, this goal category and the others that we have. So what I would request you is like write anything, any goal category, maybe training or anything. Okay, so when you are going to create this and when you are going to set up the goal, okay, anything related to goal you are going to do, then you will be able to see your name and you will be able to understand, okay, this is the linkage that is going to happen. Okay, so
Okay.
this will help you to understand in much better way. Right now I'm not creating anything. Okay, I'm just showing you like how you can create it. Okay, so you can create it, and when you will do anything related to the goal, okay, you'll be able to see all the options that you have created. So there you'll be able to understand or interlink like, okay, so what is the impact that it is having to the various goal setup that we are doing. Okay, after that we have maintained goal periods. This is related to date range. Okay, like as you can see, we can create a goal, okay, and define the date range associated with the organization goals. Okay, so you can see like 2010 organization goal. So here you do one thing, you create for the current year like 2022 goals. Okay, write the name here. In the description you can write the same, but I will give you an example like what you can do here is in the name, whatever you're writing, write your initial Aditi, okay, and write 2022 goals. Okay,
I got it.
in the same way you can write it here and define the date starting from 1st of Jan to 31st of Jan. Okay, so this is how you can define the goal periods, and when you will be doing the uh, goal assignment or anything, at that point of time choose the one that you have created.
Okay.
Okay, and this is the status. Okay, if you want any other status that you want to create, okay, like here they have created not applicable, incomplete, partially complete, successfully complete, not started. Okay, if you want to create maybe cancelled one, okay, so you can give a name here as a 6 dash cancelled. Okay, cancel, you can write it here, and here you can say right now you can select any of them, like not started as it was cancelled. Okay, so like that you can create all the one that you have in the goal setup. Okay,
Okay.
so this was about how we can create various type of how we can set up different goal attributes that we have. Okay, if there is any goal template that you want to create, okay, so you can create it from here. Okay, let me show you the one. Okay, this is not what we're looking for. Okay, so whatever I'm explaining you, okay, so the
Hmm.
default goal section name is goals. Okay, but still go ahead and create something here, okay, which we will use when we are going to define goals to different people. Okay, so till now we were discussing about how we can set up the various goals that we have. Okay,
Hmm. What exactly this template does? I mean,
so like whatever you are creating here, like maintain goal
hmm,
units, maintain goal payout, bands,
hmm,
configure talent tags, maintain. So all this one will be used in the various goals that will be used by the end user.
correct.
Okay, so this is the place from where we can create or set up everything related to goal. Okay, but as we move forward, okay, when we will see
Hmm,
like how to set up individual goals or goals for employee review or for organization goals. Okay, at that point of time, you will see like how these are going to be used. Okay,
hmm.
like the one that we created. Do you want me to show like where this can be used?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Like, Looks like this doesn't have the security. Let me show you if we can find that option. See, the one that you are seeing right now here, like organization goal. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
we will set that up as well, where the goal attributes that we saw will be used. Okay. But
Okay.
just I'm right now trying to show you. So see, for an example, let me show you the status. So these are the goals, okay, that is defined here, okay, for various
Okay.
employees.
Okay.
See, you can see the goals here, like status that we have been using. weightage, okay, category, okay. So if in
Mm-hmm.
case development items, like if there is any new status that the client wants us to create, how we can create it, okay, related to goal, okay. So
Mm-hmm.
whatever we, if in case we want to create something related to goal, like how we can create it, okay. So that is
Mm-hmm.
more about that one.
Goal setup.
Yes. Let me explain it to you. Okay. Okay. So whatever we are creating here, it has an interlinkage with the various goals, maybe related to individual goals, where it will be used. Nothing much. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm. See, I will give you a brief idea, like what are this. Okay. So talking about this associated review that you can see here, like if in case many scenarios, what will happen is the client will not be aware like what all they have to select here in the goal attributes. So mainly you have to explain them like what individually what all this are. Okay.
Okay.
Because whatever you're going to select here, okay, there there only all this setup that we are going to create, okay, like maintain goal payout, that is going to reflect. So talking about the first one, this associated review, okay, we select this, we checkbox this, okay, to display the reviews associated with the goal, okay. So whenever we are clicking on this, okay, this will display all the reviews that is related to the goal, okay, as we are setting, maintaining the goal setup, okay, and this is something which is automatically that will be there, okay.
Okay.
Talking about the category, we select this to assign maybe any category to maybe an individual or cascaded goal. Cascade goal means
Casted goal.
yes. Yes. Okay.
No.
Let me show you one thing reference to that. See, the goal category that you are going to create here.
Hmm.
Okay. So this is going to be interlinked with this category that you are selecting here. Okay.
Okay.
You saw here this goal category. So whatever we
Hmm.
are configuring here, each and everything will be only used. For an example, if I have unchecked this goal category, whatever we have already configured here, this will
Hmm.
not be reflecting there. Okay.
It will be there, but it won't reflect, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it's a kind of
Yeah. So
um.
for an example, I will give you an example. Like
Hmm.
we are talking about goals and all, okay. And if there is no category name, so it will become difficult to understand like what exactly, because we have to define the category of the goal, like what type of goal is it,
Hmm.
okay.
Hmm.
Like as you can see here, whether it's a milestone category or maybe learning, customer, so whatever. So here in the tenant, you can see someone has created randomly. But when we will have the details from the client, it will be
Hmm.
set of process that they are already using it.
Right.
Okay. Talking about this description is simple. Okay. So if you want to know more, okay, like whatever I'm telling, you're not able to understand. So you can see from here, enables you to add a description for the organization, individual, and cascaded goal. Okay, so this is more about if you are creating any goal. Okay, so for that we need to have the description as well to know more about the goal. Okay, for that purpose, that is the reason why you are seeing all this attributes are checkboxed. Cascaded goals mean, any idea what is cascaded goal?
Cascading, not getting the right word, but kind of masking or syncing something to a particular objective.
Yeah, pretty much same. You can relate it with the word cascade. Cascade.
Hmm.
See, this is nothing but cascaded goal means, like, cascade means it goes from one to linkage from one to other, correct? It's pretty much
Hmm.
the same. Here, the objective or the meaning of cascade goal, you can say that this is a process, okay, where we assign the goal which goes downwards to the organization. Okay, like if I have uh, assigned it, okay, it will go from one person to other in the organization hierarchy. Okay,
Okay.
so see here you can see this is about description. Like if there is a goal, okay, that
Hmm.
goal is not mandatory. For an example, I am assigning a goal, okay, to all over the organization. So what I will do is I will assign to everyone, or maybe what I will do is I will assign to uh, the organization hierarchy, or maybe something like that. So what will it will happen is it will not only be assigned to only one specific department, whereas to all the subordinate that we have with respect to that. Okay.
Okay. So again, I mean, cascading here means moving that particular goal from one, not from one,
To
but
different hierarchies,
yeah.
different organization hierarchies that we have. That's it.
Okay. Got it.
And this talking about due date, like in the goal we have to select the due date. Okay, milestones, if we want to include any milestones in the individual goals, we can select this. Status is nothing but pretty much simple. Okay, like if we want to define the status, let me see whether we have maintained. See, you can see here, maintain goal completion status. So whatever we are creating here, okay, we have to define like whether we are going to use that attribute or not. So in ideal scenario, any client prefer that, so we define it here. We check this. It's not that we have checked all these options randomly. Okay, and talking
Mhm.
about the completion date, as the name defines, an individual goal should also include a completion date. Okay,
Okay.
talking about the support, this is associated with the individual goal that any organization has. Okay, and mainly this enables, okay, to set other organization goal that we have. Okay, support means here nothing but, as I was mentioning you about the like in any company we have some individual goals, we have some organization goal. Okay,
Hmm.
so this is related to that. Okay, mainly this enables us to set other organization goal options. Okay,
Okay.
a target, like for every goal we define the target. Okay, it can be maybe in the amount, target amount, or maybe target percent, or number of units that we were seeing yesterday. Like I gave you an example about sales. Like in the sales we were defining it in terms of amount, and if there is any specific training and all, we were defining that in terms of percentage. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and units. So in different form we can define it.
Okay.
Okay, actual actual is pretty much same about which is actually is pretty much same with target. Okay, this is mainly to
Mm-hmm.
track the goal. This both are pretty much same. Okay, this target and this actual. Okay.
Okay.
You can see if you click over here as well, you can see enables you to enter actuals for cascaded and individual goals. This target is also pretty much same. I don't know why they have created same thing twice. Okay.
Okay. I
Talking
think
about,
it's about the difference between setting up a particular target, but what
yes,
exactly you achieved.
yes, yes, correct. You got it right. Like what is the target and what is uh, in reality what we achieved.
Yeah.
Okay. Talking about this minimum option, minimum is nothing but like as you were saying, like what is the minimum? Here you were referring. Here we saw minimum and maximum. Okay,
Hmm.
so it's about that. Weightage is nothing but assigning like what is the weightage of that specific thing, like 20%, 30% of the specific goal that we are defining.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. I just couldn't relate to supports, but otherwise it's good. I mean, can I just read the description here?
See, so the goal that we are creating. Okay, so this goal is supported by whom? It can be at an individual level. What? Okay, it can
Hmm.
be at the organization level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is more about that. Like this goal is supported by which group of people?
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Got it.
now we'll see all this option like what it is. Like as you can see, there is only one checkbox that it is clicked. Log goals associated with in progress report. What is the meaning of this? Whenever we are going to select this checkbox, this is going to prevent uh, workers from editing the goals. Okay, uh,
Hmm.
including the one that is already in review as well. As from the name only, it's clear lock goals associated with in progress review. So mainly what this is going to do is this is going to not allow the workers to edit the goals that is defined.
Okay.
Okay, allow deletion of goals associated with review.
Okay. Okay.
So this will allow the workers, okay, to the this will allow workers to delete, okay, the goals that is there, which is related to maybe which is completed or reviewed. So this is something which we don't want. That is the reason why this is not checked. I hope you got it. Why we have checked for so many and why we do not have for this one. Because we
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
want. For an example, I have assigned you some goal. I don't want to give you an access to delete it. Okay.
Yep.
And the last one that we have, allow ordering of goals in review. Okay. So if we have a goal, it will have an order as well. So I don't want you to allow anything to change it. For an example, uh, like whenever a goal is assigned, okay, it
Hmm.
goes to review. Okay, there is an
Hmm.
order that is refined. Like yesterday we saw in the business process. Okay, performance one. Okay,
Hmm.
the order is there, so we cannot make any changes in that one. So that is something which we don't encourage. Correct.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So this was all about this. Configure organization goals, allow support through hierarchy, whether we want to allow it through the hierarchy. When you create a new organization goal, it is set to private by default. Only members of the organization chain can see the goal. So you can say this. For an example, if there is any organization, okay, for whom this goal is the goal is being created, so only those department people will be able to see, not
Hmm.
the other one. That is something which we prefer if in case the client tells us. So normally what the client will do, you can see the goal setup options that you have. For an example, the client says that do not lock the goals that is associated at the employee level. So we'll just come here and check this. Okay. If he will tell us to allow to delete them as well. So we will do that. But the client will tell them. But as a consultant, what we have to do is we have to tell them, see, as per the best practice that we have, okay, we should not
Hmm.
allow them to delete the goals. Because if in case if we give them the access, I know in many scenarios if we can tell them that not to delete, but if in case they delete, the past data or record will be gone. Like in our company, as in our company only a few years back, okay,
Hmm.
this scenario was there, and one of the goal got edited by me. Okay, like you can see
Okay.
log goal associated with in progress. So the goal was edited by me. Okay,
Hmm.
uh, before the second quarter review that was going on. Okay, and I was not aware. My manager told me like your goals are missing of the last one. So I was not aware. So later on, I got to know, okay, my goal was edited. Okay, I changed. I was just copy pasting something, and from there it
Hmm.
got deleted.
Okay. Okay. So, one thing is to delete, and what if we are just updating something into the
So see,
goal?
the first one is lock. No
Yeah.
one will be able to make any changes. Allow
Correct.
deletion. Allow deletion means anyone can delete the goals that is associated to the worker. Okay,
Hmm.
which we don't know. Allow ordering of goals in reviews. Like for an example, in the goal, there is specific order in which that is defined. So they are not supposed to make any changes even in that one as well. So in ideal scenario, they will not be able to make any changes here.
Okay.
Okay.
Actually,
So,
my question is that it's fine. If we do check it, and then they won't be able to make any changes.
so that will not be feasible because in Workday we have some restrictions as well. Okay.
Okay.
So exactly we want to understand. So for an example, here they don't want to allow the access to them. Okay, they don't want to make any changes. Okay, but there is something related to security as well. Only few person can see. Like okay, here log codes associated with in progress review. This is for workers, not for managers. For an example, I will tell you. You are the manager.
Hmm.
Okay, so at your level, you can make changes to the goals that is there to the workers that is assigned under you.
Hmm.
But your workers can't do anything related to that goal. Okay,
Okay.
in the same way you are the manager, you will be having your goals that is defined by your manager. So for those you can't make any changes, whereas your manager can do it, whatever changes he is going to make. So for an example,
Hmm.
you requested your manager to change something related to the goal that is assigned to you.
Hmm.
Okay, so if he is going to change the category or entire goal, it will be changed completely now.
Okay. Okay.
It's not like that. See, for an example, what data is there in the system? Suppose, for an example, a goal is assigned to you. Okay,
Hmm.
the goal duration is defined. There is some
Hmm.
changes that happen in between.
Okay.
Okay, after that, it got completed. So, any goal that is completed, that is in progress, you can see the data maybe after a few years as well. Okay,
Okay.
so it is like
Okay.
that. And talking about if there is any change in the goal that has happened, we have an audit. Okay, we have an
Hmm.
audit report. From there, we can see like this goal was changed by whom and all those things.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, now we'll scroll up and we'll see last few options that we have here. Okay, allows support through hierarchy. This is more about, as I mentioned, like the goals that we are going to define, like uh, who all can be allowed to that one, is related to the hierarchy. For example, if I'm defining a goal for normally the goals for different department, it's different. Okay, so that is what mainly we are going to define here.
Okay.
uh, Default organization goal to private. Okay, so usually you can see there are some default organization goal, okay,
Hmm.
that we have in every organization. For
Mm-hmm.
an example, if I want to make the organization goals, okay, private by default, then we can do it. Did you
Okay.
get this?
What do you mean by private?
See, for an example, there are 5 goals. Okay,
Hmm.
if in case if I'm creating any goal,
Hmm.
okay, there are few goals that I want to be as a default. If nothing is there, that will be there. Private means to be used for any specific person. Are you getting this?
Okay. It's a one-to-one mapping
like
kind
for
of thing.
like for an example, when we create any when we make any organization goal as a default, if we are talking about organization goal, this is
Hmm.
for all over the organization.
Globally, right?
Okay,
Hmm.
do we ever make the organization goal, okay, to be assigned to any specific person? That is not the scenario. The organization goal, okay,
Hmm.
usually is the default goal that we have, which is assigned to everyone, not to any
Correct.
specific person. So
Right.
this is what it is telling: default organization goal to private. That is the reason why this is unchecked.
Okay. Good.
See, you can see here, when we create a new organization goal, it is set to private by default. Only member of the organization chain can see this.
Okay.
Okay. And talking about this enable percent complete. Okay. If in case I want to, as I mentioned earlier, if I want to get this thing done manually, okay, like how much percentage is completed, then we will check this box. Okay, so this is
Okay.
mainly the manual entry that we do for the goal that we are working on, like how much percentage is completed, whether it's 25%, 50%, or 30%. Okay,
Hmm.
any doubt?
Nope.
Talking about this, allow automatic calculation of percent complete. This is automatically done by Workday. That is the reason why you do not have, why this checkbox is gray out. When you click over here, displays the calculated field when creating or editing automation. So see, there is something in the backend that the Workday has already created. Okay, and
Hmm.
with that, what happens is the completion is populated automatically. Okay, we do not have to do any manual entry. And the last one was the view, like in which way we want to view that, in the grid view or in whichever view we want. So we can see that from there. So this was all about the goals that we set up. Okay, and what are
Hmm.
the things that we can configure here?